My name is Malaika Mavina, and I am the creatrix and founder of 5Elements Dance Activation. It's a moving somatic dance experience, ecstatic dance experience, using the map of the 5 elements of earth, water, fire, air, and spirit to help to bring us home, bring us back into our bodies, connect back up to the earth, using ancient shamanic rituals and practices to reawaken the human spirit and to help people to find their purpose and live from that place of living on purpose.
Is God with you? Is peace with you?
And basically I'm teaching people how to facilitate, how to hold sacred space, how to use this map to birth your gifts as a kick-ass facilitator out in the world to help to awaken people from the amnesia of forgetting our connection to this great earth and this cosmos.
Her practices are such a deep process of integration into and with spirit and the elements, all of the elements, and our hearts. And really, she holds such a grounded and expanded space for each of us to find our own individuality and bring all the gifts that we have into the dance space, into healing.
The family is here.
What I found so profound about Malaika's medicine is that she's actually, through experiencing the different elements, creates rites of passage that are very connected with and vessels for awakening the animistic nature of our human body.
The training is so much more than a training. Malaika brings with her decades of experience and wisdom and traditions and ceremony, and that she has cultivated and brought this beautiful gift that she now has to share with the world, and she's so passionate about, and that we're now all able to share.
Because what I love about Malaika's teachings is she doesn't just give you what she knows, she actually brings out the gift in you. So it would be very different for everyone what you take back with, but at least I know now what are my gifts. I know I'm very confident about them. I know how I can start like shining up and making a difference in others.
The journey for me was a journey of embodiment. Malaika has a beautiful gift for tuning in to the unique needs of everyone in the training, and helping us to step into our authentic selves and shine and bring our own essence to the practice.
I feel like she's given me such a map to bring all the elements, all the gifts, all the years of healing into this foundation to share and express and help other people find their home and do their healing through dance.
It is intensive. We start very early in the morning. We finish quite late in the evenings because we're doing a lot of work. But it's very joyful, and really anyone who wants to dance and share dance or birth themselves as a facilitator. We also do art. We do the planting. It really is a map to help people to birth themselves with what their gifts are.
And how are you?
I think Malaika has that very powerful strength of like bringing out and focusing intentionally on like what is your magic and how this magic can come through more in your life, and how can you get rid of whatever holds you back from doing it in a very earthy, very profound way. Just because we are of the earth, and by stirring up each element within our body and connecting in a deeper level with them, we naturally get rid of our failed defense mechanism and resistance.
Joy, yeah, 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 yeah.
generally, you know, I'm attracting women or men who love to share dance or want to learn how to share dance as a moving practice. So going a little bit beyond yoga, where it's, you know, more structured, and this is much more spontaneous. It's much more free flowing, but it still has the same core aspects of yoga, of meditation, of breath, of connection, and of vigilance, practice. Yeah.
Peace to you and peace to the world.
And it's a lot of fun, and it's very transformative. You know, it's like a little bit like we are the butterflies going into the cocoon. We come creeping into the training, and they go into their cocoon, the duration of the training, and dissolve completely. And by the time they are leaving the training, they are busting out of that cocoon with these beautiful shiny wings to share their gifts of song, dance, and music.
Malaika has this beautiful way of creating a container, a safe space, a gentle space, a loving and nurturing space for us to step into our authentic selves, to peel back the layers, to let go of anything that's not serving us, and to embrace who we are and share these teachings and these gifts that she's given us.
Salam alaikum.
I felt she was a well of knowledge for me, and that I needed to like deepen my process with her, because intuitively I felt she was really guiding me towards the accomplishments of my gifts. So I just learned that she was leading this 5 elemental teacher training, dance activation, and it felt really right for me to go there and do it.
Is God with you? Is peace with
I had an amazing experience with 11 goddesses. I experienced sisterhood and lots of love and inner work. I think the highlight of the experience was the inner child work that we did, which reminded me a lot of my dreams that I forgot about as a child, and I vowed to honor this dream.
I found the true power of ritual and transformation in this workshop. We were initiated by breath, fire, air, earth, and water in some very tribal ritual with a little group of people. It felt very, very enlivening and very empowering and very real.
For me, it had been a life-transforming experience, a real rebirth. I learned a lot from Malaika. She taught us a lot about her practices, and now I have a clear path of what I want to do, which was actually what my intention for coming to this course.
The whole retreat was very real. Like I felt a gathered piece of myself back, and through all the breath work, the dance, and the processing and the expression and the sound, I was able to let go of some unnecessary layers, defense mechanism, and when I came out of it, I felt I literally had gone through a rebirth with all the very powerful animistic rituals were very clearing, and I felt very vibrant and alive after all of this.
I would recommend this training because from my personal experience, it was a rebirth, and it's not just another teacher training. You go into the process that you're going to give to the people, and you become this embodiment of 5 elements. You think of the elements in your day-to-day life. You think of how you breathe while you're dancing, even if you're just going to a party.
It really brought me home. I feel like the dance was a missing piece for me, that wasn't active in my life unless I was at a concert. So now to have a dance and a movement practice outside of yoga is so healing to all parts of myself.
This has shifted my life. So since last year, I've seen how much my life has shifted. So this is why I recommend it to my friends, and this is why I brought my friend from Egypt.
I feel I gave birth to a new aspect of my empowerment on this planet, and how I can help other people to find their voice and connect with the ancestors that are within them.
From now on, I'll only be dancing, singing, moving, and yeah, I'll honor this child.
And how are you?
I use trees and earth as part of our earth connection. And part of the program, each of the students, when they come, they are given a tree. So, this was one of the students' mango trees, which will be planted in the school ground. This is a star fruit. That was another student's tree that will be planted in another school ground. Yeah, so here's some trees that have been grown from seed: mangosteen, cacao, chocolates, from a ceremony that was that I held using the cacao. So I'm using the 5Elements dance with the cacao, and all of these trees will be planted here in Bali, because this is where I find myself right now. But I do this all over the world.
We all got given we all chose our own tree and seeds that then were in the space with us on our journey, and absorbing all of the beautiful vibrations and energy.
And since the first day we had the tree we had to take care of, which actually was passed from last year course. So there's someone who put their passion and effort in this, so you have to take care of, as well as the seed that you have to put and take care of for someone else.
And they're very symbolic. I like to use a lot of symbology with my work related to the earth. And so as we're dancing, we're really feeling that connection to everything that is, both the earth and the cosmos.
I selected the mango tree, which was just phenomenal. It was very serendipitous that I selected this tree.
So this metaphor of the seed, is kind of like it's full of potential, and it's a little bit like each of us, that we're full of potential. But if it just gets thrown away, well, it can just remain a seed forever and a day, and then it starts to lose its viability, and eventually it dies. But if you take that seed and you nurture it, and you put it in the right place, and you give it water, and you give it all the things it needs, it starts to germinate. So this is a seed from a durian, and you can see it's already started to germinate. So the dance process is really like that. It's about allowing that germination to happen from the spirit, and allow that sprout to start growing.
Is God with you?
It's such a simple ritual of honor and gratitude. Planting a seed, whenever you look at a fruit, I eat a fruit, there's from 1 to hundreds of seeds in one fruit. And if I take care of each seed, I'm actively partaking in the co-creation and the thriving process, and tuning into the abundance and the laws of nature.
The idea that you're just planting something like a small seed that will bring many fruits is something that is really touching.
Trees are life, and when we remember to plant seeds, it helps us to remember that we all come from a seed, and a tiny seed can grow into a big tree and produce many fruits. I think it just helps remind us that we're always coming and we're always going, and this life is always growing. So when we plant our seeds, we're connecting with the earth, we're remembering the cycle of life, and we're even within ourselves remembering we're always growing.
Yeah, for some it's the first time they've ever planted a tree, so that's also really special to have that that connection and know that from this work there's something that's fruiting and bearing sweet fruits for others to enjoy.
I still have connection to my tree. I know where it is, and definitely if I come again to Bali, it would be like on my plan to visit.
Through working with our ancestry and working this way shamanically with the earth and using dance as a modality, it really allows for a lot of freedom to come in the spirit. It allows for the blossoming of the human spirit, and that's really what I'm all about. So one of the seeds that one of the students has planted, if you can have a look in there, so you can see that it's just after such a, only 2 weeks, it's already starting to come out of the ground. So this is, a little bit like our return in the dance from coming from as a star being, coming down into the earth, choosing the parents that we choose to give us birth, and then we have this DNA, depending if we're a woman, if we're a black woman, an Asian woman, a Caucasian woman, wherever an indigenous woman, we've chosen all of those, all of those connections with all of those beings, and we come into this body.
You take it home and you bring it the way you are. So for everyone who's searching for how they could be authentic with what they're doing, how to find their passion, this would be their medicine. And I think this is exactly what we need.
I think what's staying with me the most is honoring Pachamama, the earth, and having this conscious and awareness action in every little thing that I do in my daily life, even blessing the food. The rituals, the morning rituals, I think this is, from now on, I decide that it's going to be a daily practice.
Well, I reopened my voice, and I consciously reopened the capacity to sing with other beings and angelic, ancient beings. I also found the confidence to I was like, wow, I really love dancing.
I feel like I'm home. I feel like myself. I feel, absolutely empowered, and my vibration has lifted and my heart is more open than it has ever been.
Dancing with the group and releasing made me realize that there was all this fire in me that wanted to dance.
This practice, it really brought me home. And the dance, I feel, was just a missing piece in my life. After doing yoga and body work for many years, the bringing back the dance in my life just really connected me to myself.
So dance, voice, and also confidence, because I realized that I already had what I need inside of me, and this whole journey with Malaika just peeled the layers off that were keeping me from truly believing and wanting to step into my power.
I bring home freedom in myself. I bring home the ability to just hold space for other people to journey within themselves. Malaika's teachings really have given me that. Such a strong foundation and so much freedom.
The 5-element dance activation was exactly what I was looking for to complete my vocal work, to help support people in opening up their cells and their body memory to connect with deeper levels of guidance so that they can trust and sing.
I've come back to me. I've peeled back so many layers, and I can honestly say that I have never felt more at home in my body, trusting myself.
And peace to the world, and peace on earth, and peace to you, and peace to the world.